From the News Channel 5 network, this is Real Estate Real Talk with your host, Realtor Christie Wilson. Sponsored by the Wilson Group Real Estate Services.
Good morning. Welcome to Real Estate Real Talk. My name is Christie Wilson, and this is Nashville's only live call-in TV show where you can call in with any real estate questions that you may have. My co-host is Yogi Dougher, investor extraordinaire, and we've got a great show on tap for us today.
Yes, we do. I'm excited about that. Our buddy Scooter's here, and it's always good to see him, and it's always good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Our guest this morning is Scooter Gross. Scooter is the owner, proprietor, and home inspector extraordinaire of Peekaboo Home Inspections. So we're thrilled to have you on this morning, Scooter.
Thanks for having me, Christy.
Yeah. So the Real Estate Real Talk is sponsored by the Wilson Group Real Estate Services, and the Wilson Group is a full-service real estate agency. We have 25 full-time realtors to help you with all of your real estate needs, whether you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or if you need property management services. We have a property management division to help you manage that investment that you may be buying. So give us a call, check out our listings. Our phone number is 385-1414. Our website is wilsongrouprealestate.com, and feel free to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. I'm not the tweeter. We do have a tweeter in our office,
bet you do.
and who gets all of our tweets out. So, Scooter, you are a return guest, and you were on, gosh, I think it's about 2 years ago now.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. Were we a nighttime show or a morning show then? Do you recall?
I think it was an evening show, Christy.
Okay, yeah, so that was our first year.
Yeah, it was in the evening.
Yep.
So
I could ply my guests with libations prior to tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
They were so talkative. I don't know.
Yeah, right. So tell us, Scooter, a little bit about your company, Peekaboo.
I have been in business for 10 years now. I started back in 2004 with some guidance from someone here at the table. Christy was a big player in me getting into what I started to do. I went to some schooling up in Chicago, did a 90-hour class, started my business, and have really never looked back from there. I love what I do.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
Well, and you're good at
very
what you
fortunate.
do. We use Scooter quite a bit in our business, in our office, and a lot of my realtor friends in other offices use you. He's hard to book. You have to really call whenever you have a contract or an offer that you feel like you're going to get worked out. We get on the phone with Scooter and say, hey, we're going to need you. I know you're 2 weeks out, so how quick can you
get him early. I was thinking between you, me, and all of our little referral sources that we've put that wing on his house that he's so proud of now.
Kind of nice. The pool in the backyard.
Yeah,
that's
the airplane hangar, the bowling alley.
Scooter's a neighbor too, so we spy on all the things he's doing on his house, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
If you need a tool, he's very handy to have around, too. Very handy. He's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things going on in the real estate world right now, too. First of all, interest rates, again, are historically low. I think we're looking at a 15-year rate at about 3.25. A 30-year fixed rate is at about 4%, and that's with 0 points and 0 origination. Don't forget, it's all about your credit, though. You need to have probably a credit score around 720 and putting some money into the equation. However, if you don't have money to put down, you can get into a house for as low as 3.5% down with an FHA loan. A VA loan is still at 100%, so you don't have to put anything down on a VA. And if you're in the rural part of our state, there's what's called a USDA loan, which is a 100% loan, and you have to fall in a rural category to qualify for that loan.
But there are more of those rural categories than you would think that there are, and they are where you wouldn't believe that they would be.
That's right. And next week on Real Estate Real Talk, we're going to be having the executive director of THDA on with us. And so THDA offers a ton of first-time buyer programs to help someone get into a home for not a lot of money. You just have to take classes, get educated on how you're going to be a homeowner, budgeting, all that. So I'm real excited for, not that I'm not excited about today's show. Today's show is going to be, I've been very excited about today's show.
That'll be very informative, though. So that's a little-known area. It exists, but people don't know how to navigate it and what all the programs are. So that'll be really informative.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And GNAR came out with their home sale numbers just this past week, and home sales once again are doing great. The number, I believe, was 22% up from October to October. So we're up 22% up almost 9% for the year, which to me, that's really good because that says sustainability. When you're in those double digits all the time, it's hard to keep up, but we are doing great here in Middle Tennessee. Home values are up also. Our median price is up about 10% from this time last year. And inventory is still down. Inventory continues to be a problem. I say that every week, that it's hard to find stuff, so be patient. Get with a great realtor who can not only find what you want on MLS, but actually gets on the phone and starts calling other realtors to see what they have and see if they can find something that may not even be on the market yet.
There have been houses being built, a lot of them, and yet the market is still tight. But I think what we saw year over year with the increase is that there were finally more houses for people to actually go out and purchase.
Yes.
And so they're starting to come online. The condos are starting to come online. The apartments will start to come online. And it's a good thing because they announced some pretty major things this week.
Tell us about that, Yogi. You are the job guru, and you're exactly right.
Well, the size and scale of this is what's so just incredible. But downtown, there will be, I guess it's going to be 2 towers on Demonbreun and 8th, and that would be a 35-story hotel and an office building adjacent to it. And then Bridgestone, who had been flirting with downtown, but also talking to other cities about moving their whole operation, Chicago and 2 other cities were in the final 4, and condensing their offices so 2 other cities where they have offices would come to wherever they chose. They decided to stay right here and are moving downtown to the Sobro area, and that will be a building solely occupied by Bridgestone, which will be roughly the size of the Pinnacle building. And they will move 1,700 employees down there, and I think of that 300 or 400 are coming in from out of town. So that's another big project. And boy, think of all the construction jobs and everything that will come along with that. And then just this morning, talk about flirting, the city of Clarksville announced 2, they're not telling us what the names of the companies are, but 2, they're on the final list of cities being considered for 2 massive projects there. And I'm going to guess one's auto-related, reading between the lines. But as a total, that is 3,700 new jobs created for the Clarksville area. And of course, that's where Hankook has announced that they're coming to town. But there was another big company who was coming and then wasn't, and then scaled down and back up. So they deserve this. This is great news for them.
Yeah.
And you know, with the question mark surrounding Fort Campbell and how many soldiers might be coming or going, or this is a good thing to happen there to take up some of that slack if indeed it happens. So big week in real estate news. Well,
and speaking of Clarksville, I don't know if you guys saw the news on. It may have been on over the weekend. I was out of town over the weekend, but I saw it on Monday. Austin Peay University had their, I don't know if it was homecoming or if they just did this in honor of Veterans Day, but they wore camouflage football jerseys with on the back of the jerseys, instead of their name, it was, I don't know if it was the name of a company or a platoon or a soldier. I'm not sure which.
Very
NCAA fined them by taking away a timeout each quarter because it's against NCAA violations, and their what do you call it, athletics director, he in his press statement said, you know what, if this is the minor sacrifice we have to make for the sacrifice our soldiers make, I started crying. I'm such an emotional geek anyways, but it was lovely.
Cool.
I was just, I thought it was so cool. I was like, way to go, Austin Peay.
Yes,
so
yes,
when you said Clarksville, that just sort of brought me into that mindset.
Well, let's go Peay.
Let's go. Wait till after the show. Anyway, we have lots to talk about today, and again, we're so excited that Scooter Gross is with us. And so, Scooter, you moved here from Baltimore.
Correct.
Did you go to college here? What brought you down?
No, I went to college in Baltimore at Towson University. I came down to Nashville actually via Colorado and was into the bagel business for about 10 years prior to getting into home inspections.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that was kind of my taste here in Nashville for a while. I got out of that when it was time to start getting a little more serious in life, I guess, and that's when I started my business.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Cool. Well, we're going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to start talking about home inspections. We're looking forward to it.
Sounds
so y'all
good.
stay tuned to Real Estate Real Talk.